Henley's your best value bet.
Yeah, look, I think she's a bit of overs. So they're running quick time, so I think it's drier the better for her. I'm not overly worried about the soft 5 range. Terrific first up in a fast Typhoon Tracy without luck. Should have won an Exford Plate here second up. Rubisaki, a big danger. She's real quality. She's only been beaten twice in her life. The aggregate margin is 0.3 of a length. Scores the best roughie for mine, the 11 at a huge price. Forget their last couple of runs. 3-1-11-8.
And a good addition on paper it is too. Gator 7 of the 14 are lining up as last start winners.
Yeah, that's right. They're terrific crop of fillies this year, and we've been spooking the 3-year-olds for a while. These are probably just a length or two off the absolute elite, but still exceptional.
Rubisaki, the Brassel best, is $3.10 into $3 on track. Pretty Brazen, 5, 6 back to $5.50. Tenley, 7, $7.50 back to 7. The one that Gator likes. How Romantic is $6.50, $7.50. Nibble back to 7. South Bank, 15 to 14 late, 17 into 16 late for Sassy Salutation. There's not much else to report, so they're treading pretty carefully here, Brass.
Okay, yeah, well, maybe this factor of being a little bit difficult to make up ground around the turn races, it could come into play here. Rubisaki's a horse that you've got to ride quiet. She just seems to lack early dash, but sure makes up for it at the business end of the race. She really does cut loose with a fantastic sprint. Hopefully, that's what we see in about 1 minute.
Let's get trackside. They're set with Matt.
Bit of yelling and screaming going on in there. They're set and racing. Fashino missed the start. Southbank goes back to third last with Salika. Sassy Salatich began well with Mrs. Beckham. How Romantic showing speed out deeper on the track and also driving through his Score. A line of 4 after 200 metres here. Sassy Salatich will lead Mrs. Beckham. How Romantic Score. Then Pretty Brazen, who's out deeper on the track. Further back is Rich Hips, and then came Chassis, 10 Leela, 10 wider. Southbank the inside from Ruby Saki, Salika, Fashino, and La Falaise is at the tail of the field. 800 metres to go. The leader, Sassy Salatich, by about a half length. Mrs. Beckham. How Romantic third, 3 deep. Score is fourth the inside, followed by Rich Hips, and then Pretty Brazen 3 wide, sixth. A length and a half away, 10 Lee, covered up by La 10, then Chassis, Fashino. Well back in the field around the corner is Ruby Saki, would spot the speed about 7 or 8, and then Southbank, Salika and La Falaise into the straight at the 450. Sassy Salatich and Mrs. Beckham the outside. How Romantic deeper. Pretty Brazen trucks up. Score back to the inner, followed by La 10. Ruby Saki about to explode down the outer as they reach the 200. Taking the lead, Pretty Brazen, but here's Ruby Saki the outer. Pretty Brazen at the 100. Ruby Saki's got her. Ruby Saki takes Pretty Brazen. Ruby Saki, win number 6, start number 8. Good filly. Ruby Saki won it. Pretty Brazen second. Fashino late for third. Photo fourth. We've got 10 Leo Score, followed then by Salika, Mrs. Beckham, and La 10. A gap, How Romantic, La Falaise and Rich Hips, Chassis, Southbank, and Sassy Salatich was at the end of the field.
As Ruby